I'm Owen Bigland. This is the Inside Edge video blog. Okay, we're nearing the end of 2023. Let's just talk a little bit about where I see the market going in 2024. Now, as you guys know, I've been watching my blogs for the last 3 or 4 months. I haven't been giving you guys a whole lot of market statistics or where the market's at. I've been kind of giving you short little updates here and there. In the summer, I told you in early July, market really slowed, which it always does for the summer months. And then, our fall market, just like last year, it's a repeat, never really took off. I was busy. I sold probably 12 or 13 homes this fall, and I did get into a number of my listings, got into multiple offers, believe it or not, and I set a couple of new price records for a couple of different condos, a 1 and 2 bedroom just recently. But these were, the best of the best, high quality units, incredible strata, and very little ever gets listed in these strata. So when they do get listed, I had 5 offers and the other one I had 4 offers on and set new price records. But for the most part, the market is definitely slow, just like last fall. But of course, inventory, we usually see a pretty good uptick in inventory in the fall, never materialized either. So that's why it's a bit of a kind of a standoff, Mexican standoff, as I like to call it. Sellers, if they can't get their price, take these homes off the market or a price that they feel they can live with. Buyers are also cautious right now. Some of them are on the sidelines. Some of them are out there, but they're in no hurry to buy. So it's been a bit of a standoff. But where do I see the market going in 2024? So first of all, I'll break out my crystal ball, even though I don't have one. As you guys know, I'm the first guy to tell you that I've been in this business for 3 decades. I sell a lot of homes, and even I am just going to be guessing on this. But there's a lot of people out there that seem to have some magical crystal ball that'll tell you the market's going to crash, or it's going to do this or that, or the stock market. As I've always told you guys, they have no idea what they're talking about. They're just guessing. And even I'm guessing at this. But I put out a couple of tweets earlier this week that got a lot of action, saying that I think 2024, especially the spring market 2024, is going to be a pretty good market. And I can see, and I went on there to say that I think interest rate hikes are over. They're done. And as a matter of fact, I think interest rates are probably going to be coming down sooner than most people think. You can have a look at those tweets. Of course, a lot of people agreed with me, but a lot didn't. They thought I was a dreamer. They thought I'm a typical realtor, of course, and I'm pumping the tires and I have biases to see this market continue to pick up, which of course I don't. I sell homes in buyer's market, seller's market, balance market. It doesn't make any difference to my business. But there was a number of reasons. I think in 2024, what I've always said for a lot of years on this blog is that keeping the Vancouver market down, which it has since summer, is kind of like holding a balloon underwater. There's a lot of pent-up demand, a lot of people that need to sell, a lot of people that need to buy. They've been on this sideline or in this holding pattern with the Bank of Canada, wondering what's going on with interest rates. They're waiting for that green light for the Bank of Canada to come out and say, we're done hiking interest rates. Just like they did last spring when they decided we're going to take a pause. And then, of course, the real estate market took an epic rip. Same thing, we're in a holding pattern now. So, let me just give you a quick article here from the Globe and Mail. This was November 14th, Globe and Mail. And it says, David Rosenberg, who's one of Canada's top economists, sees a terrifying mortgage math bringing Canada interest rates down quickly. Goes on to say that the central bank will have to cut interest rates faster and further than markets expect to get ahead of the wave of mortgage maturities that threaten 1/5 of the country's discretionary income. According to economist David Rosenberg, the Bank of Canada will be forced to cut 2 full percentage points from its policy rate over the next 12 to 18 months, taking it down to 3%, with the process kicking off in the first quarter of 2024. First quarter. Rosenberg, founder and president of Rosenberg Research, he says it's going to happen quicker than most people think. Rosenberg is known for predicting the 2008 U.S. housing crash when he was with Merrill Lynch. He says the economy is going to be in a recession. I think we're technically already in a recession now. So essentially, he's saying that he's saying that interest rates are going to come down. First off, the hikes are over. You see, the Bank of Canada and the Fed in the U.S. is still maintaining a hawkish approach. In other words, we're going to do it on a data dependent, we're going to wait and see. We'll never leave off the table that we could do another 1 or 2 or 3 quarter point hikes. They'll always keep it a little wishy-washy there, because if they give you the green light and say pauses are done, the housing market and the stock market will rip up higher, which again goes against trying to keep inflation down. Rosenberg, of course, is kind of calling their bluff here, since this came out November 14th, we're now into the second week of December. More and more economists have now joined him in saying that the hikes are done and rates are going to be coming down sooner than most people think. One of the best predictors of that is look at where the stock market's at. So as I'm shooting this right now, I shoot a few of these because I'm getting ready to go away on vacation here for Christmas. We just finished one of the best Novembers that we've had in about 10 years. S&P 500 up about 12 or 13%. TSX up, I think, about 8%. So the stock market is reading the tea leaves there. It's saying that hikes are done, probably going to be coming down sooner than most people think next year. So I think I probably agree with him here. I think the rates are done. I think we're going to get some clarity on this early in the new year, and I think buyers are going to start coming back into the store. They're going to probably lock in a 1-year fixed term, or perhaps a 2, plug their nose at that, and then in the hopes of renewing at a much lower rate. So, and again, it's that and holding the balloon underwater. We've had 6 pretty slow months here. Market really hasn't, as far as prices go, haven't really had that much damage at all. The reason being is that there's just not a lot for sale. I've always got lots of investor clients that I'm working with. I've had 2 investor sales in November, 1 in early December here. But that's about it. There's very little being listed, and I wouldn't expect anything now to come online until early in the new year. I'm getting ready to go on vacation here in a couple weeks. Any listings that I have still remaining, which I currently have 4 listed right now, I've got an accepted offer on 1. Whatever I don't sell in the next couple of weeks, I will be taking off the market for 2.5, 3 weeks, and then I will relist them again in the new year, which is what I do every year. And we'll see what happens. I think it's going to be a similar repeat to what we had last year, where December was slow, the fall was slow. I took 4 or 5 listings off just before Christmas last year, put them back on the market in mid to late January. By February, I had them all sold. Bank of Canada said we're pausing on interest rate hikes. Buyers came back in. So listen, this is not guaranteed by any means. I'm just giving you guys where I kind of see things going here. I agree with Rosenberg here that hikes are over, probably going to start coming down earlier next year, or at least a lot earlier than people think. You're seeing already that being sniffed out by the stock market, by Wall Street, and they're a lot smarter than the government. They can already tell that Jay Powell is already just kind of buying time here, doesn't want to make things too optimistic, and that's why we've seen this epic rip of about 15% in the last 6 weeks in the equity markets. So I think there's a lot of catalysts for a pretty good spring 2024. I would say if you're in the market, if you're pre-approved, ready to go, and you're out there shopping, of course it's limited on what's out there. That's probably your biggest concern or problem. But I would be a buyer here. The real estate market over the last 3 or 4 months has been slow. It's the only business that when things go on sale a little bit, people leave the store. Normally when things go on sale, people go into the store. But with real estate, it works a little different. But of course, I totally understand where they're coming from. There's a lot of uncertainty out there right now. And of course, all the doom and gloom in the newspapers about going into a recession, which we're going to be, what's going to go on with interest rates. A lot of people still think we're going to get 2 or 3 more quarter point hikes. So I'll just kind of wait till things cool down a little bit. But of course, waiting till things cool down a little bit and you get the green light from the Fed, by that time it'll probably be too late. Market will start to pick up fairly quickly, just like it did last year. The lights get turned on. Next thing you know, a condo that you could have offered on without any competition, now you're bidding with 2 or 3 other buyers for that condo, and you've got to go 10, 15, 20K over ask. That could happen. Not saying it's going to with any certainty, but I just think, to recap, I think spring 2024, I think, is shaping up to be a pretty strong market. Demand has been held underwater here for a while. There's a lot of pent-up demand. Usually in the spring, of course, we'll get a lot more listings. I think buyers are going to step back into the store. They're going to get more clarity from the Bank of Canada that rates are paused, and I think even start doing some reductions like Rosenberg here says in the first quarter. And that will have this market going back up again. We'll see where it goes. I'm going to give you guys, of course, like I always do, more updates from the front lines as we go through on some of my listings and where we're kind of seeing things going. I'm Owen Bigland. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next week.